across the back. Candila, Fuele Ngorayala, Kalonji Shilanda. Messi, Mbundu Manutu wearing 10, one to keep an eye on. And their skipper on the right-hand side, Samuel Ntanda, wears number 9. No place for Oscar Kabwetu. Impressed with TP Mazembe, the record Congolese champions. Champions League, 2 goals for him. He's not amongst the squad today. Kevin Makoko, who is on the bench, one to keep an eye on. He plays his former wing in a Vita club back home in DR Congo. Referees for today, Sholo Badi from South Africa. His assistants hailing from Swaziland, Tanzania. Proud of Roman Ferrer, any footballer to captain his side, especially when it is at an international tournament. The VAR officials, Tom Abongile, also from South Africa, supported by Diana Chikotesha, the Zambian. That's for Ghana. In goal for them, Gideos Aseako. Across the back, Antwi SL McCarthy Ajabang. Sulemana Abdul Hakim, the younger brother of the senior Ghana international Kamaldeen Sulemana. And keep your eye out as well for Aziz Musibao. Up front, Aziz also grabbed a couple of goals in qualifying for Ghana. No place in the Ghanaian squad for Mohamed Arafat, who plays his football with the Nordsjælland in Denmark. He was a key man for them in recent months. It's not Guy Bukasa, it is Sholo Badi, South African referee. So we are underway, and a chance for whoever can come out on top today to take an early lead in Group C after Senegal, the defending champions, were held earlier today by Central African Republic. Well, this is a filter run early on, and there's a very half-hearted claim for a penalty coming in from Joseph Opoku Amankwa. Start that would have been for the Ghanaians. David Mukandila coming forward and trying to play it into the middle. Apart from getting his angles right. Well, the Congolese made it through, winning the central zone in qualifying. They beat Cameroon on penalties in the semi-finals of a tournament that was played in Congo-Brazzaville. That was enough to qualify them to this event, and then they went one better and beat the hosts. Congo 2-1 in the final. You might be wondering why, if reaching the final qualified you for the tournament, and why Congo might not thus be here, given they were finalists. Well, when their federation was suspended by international football body FIFA earlier in the year, the team could not participate, and instead their place was taken by the side they beat in the semi-finals, Central African Republic, who incidentally, of course, are part of this Group C. side that the Congolese will meet next in just 3 days' time. And this is the challenge. Very little on it, the connection, and the push on the back. Hoka. At the other end, what can DR Congo do? Bundu swings it in. And it goes over everybody's head. As for the Ghanaians, well, they beat Ivory Coast in the semi-finals of West B zone. Western Africa having more than one zone, given the number of countries there. The tournament was hosted in Togo, all in the capital Lomé. And in the final, Ghana lost to their great rivals, Nigeria. And they were in good scoring form. 8 goals in 5 games and scoring in every game. And looking to do exactly that again in these early stages. Andrews Adjabang heavily involved down that right-hand side, and he's done very well to win the free kick as well. Plays his football with Real Sociedad in Spain, does Adjabang. And it was just too forceful, the challenge from Ibrahim Matobo. In the eyes of the South African official. Gosh, you can hear that. Goalkeeper lining up his wall, telling them to move a little bit to the left. Ryan Tutu. Well, it looks a thought through free kick from Ghana. Let's see if they can pull it off. Back to the edge of the box it goes, striker goal. With Ismail Addo. More likely to trouble the empty seats than the man in the Congolese goal. It's Desmond Ofe, the Ghanaian coach, been in charge since late 2023. Been working recently as assistant manager to senior Ghana coach Otto Addo, and there is Guy Bukasa, the man in charge of the Congolese, and only the 3rd man to ever lead DR Congo in these African under-20 championships. Mukandila. First time with the ball at his feet for Tutu. Nice little touch there. Mwondo can't pick it up. Just dispossessed by the Congolese. Good pressing from them. Mukandila. Mbundu. Switch of play from Jumasi Lukombe. The touch just a bit heavy and allowing Adjabang to win it back twice over now. And this time he needs to hold on to it, but he's gone down. He needs another free kick for his side. Combination of Ahoka and Matobo. Ghana rapidly going up the field. And their 3rd free kick of the game already. It'll be Sulemana who takes it. Rated highly back home. The younger brother of Kamaldeen Sulemana has said. Hasn't always had the best run. Abdul Hakim with injuries. But a chance to shine now. Ajabeng. Now entrusted with the delivery. No, and he wasted that. Sulemana will not be able to win it back at Matobo. Leads the charge for the Congolese. Emmanuel Mensah. Across to Antwi. And a searing ball forward. Looking just to go direct into Sulemana. Ishmalado. Waiting for the options to appear. Pretty heavy touch from Aziz, twice over. And he was asking far too much of his skipper, Afori McCarthy. Ntanda, nice little awareness of the challenge coming in. Switch of play to Mukandila. Nyona Hoka. Twisting and turning, Mensah. We'll try and give possession back to Ghana. Addo. Well, it's an inviting ball forward. Just too far for Ajabeng, but look at the pressing from Ajabeng. Excellent play from the Ghanaian to win it back. Sulemana picks it up. And now slows it down before looking into aiming for that direction of Mensah. Well, that's excellent play from Fenyan Dennis Marfo. Excellent determination to get back. Clean win as well. And he's launched the counter. Mensah on the left-hand side for Ghana. Into the middle it goes. And it comes to Apoko Amankwa. Twisting into the middle. And a striker goal and blocked. And the Congolese can clear their lines. And that's a hefty challenge coming in from Antwi. And a yellow card is coming his way. Well, he went in hard. And he sent Mubundu flying. Plays his football back home with the young apostles. The man who's just gone in the book, and he's got nearly 80 minutes now to avoid doing the same. Well, there is Messi Mubundu Minutu. Plays his football in France in the second tier with Amiens. Versatile player in the middle of the park for the Congolese. Box to box. Can play a little bit as well. Yet to get going so far, but they really do have some pedigree. Ghana, champions for the first time in the 90s in 1993 and then again in 1999. Had to wait a little while for their next success. A decade or so, 2009 champions, and then 4 years ago as well. Opoku just unable to find a pocket of space in the middle. Passing it out from the back from the Congolese. And with the pressing we've already seen early on from Ghana, that could bring a little bit of trouble, and I would say that has backfired. That's first for that man's side, Guy Bokassa. Tutu twice playing his side into a little bit of trouble. So Antwi just booked. With a chance to redeem himself ever so slightly. In it goes, flicked on. Hacked away. DR Congo can break it. Good footwork from Babundu. Well, he slowed it down a little bit, but he still found space out on the left-hand side. Men in the middle for the Congolese. Tony Talassi in there as well. And Tanda coming in. Put into the grateful arms of Gideos Aseako. The Ghanaian goalkeeper, 20 years of age. Plays for Dreams FC in Ghana. What looked a dangerous move down that left-hand side, and the first real threat posed by the Congolese. Ending relatively safety for Ghana. Ahoka. Very calmly done, but he didn't manage to find the man. Throw the tackle well, did Lukombe. And they're not afraid to go direct, the Congolese. Kandila unable to get his cross in. Kamabundu inviting ball in and guided in expertly as well by the Congolese skipper to give a side appearing at only their third championships ever the lead against the four-time African champions. Scored by the Sampdoria man. One chance, one goal for the Congolese captain. And there was a devilish ball in from Messi Babundu. And he was just 6 yards out, plenty of space. And he took that expertly well, Bentanda. And with their first shot of the game, the Congolese have the first goal of the game. It is DR Congo 1, Ghana 0. What a chance to see the mettle of this Ghanaian side. As you can see, they've had the majority of the possession, but so far yet to force Tutu into a save. Sulemana. Opoku back into Sulemana. Oh, surely a high foot in there, but play on, says the referee, and he's won it back. Mensah just trying to feint to go one way and then actually going the other, just couldn't get the control. Kandila down the line. They made 30-40 yards. Nafa just seeing it out. with the Black Satellites. Well, it's early on in the game. There's the lack of too anxious a face on the Ghanaian bench. Mukandila does well. He started well on this right-hand side. Mabundu trying to play it forward and play it into Talassi, who's yet to really get in the game for the Congolese. Ado switching it out to the right-hand side. There and SL just touching it wide inside to Antwi. That's a lovely ball out to the far side. Shame about the control from Adjabeng, but beautifully played diagonal. Finding the Ghanaian wing back in some good space. And that looks like a little bit of discomfort. And there's Matobo, who's down. Caught by Mafori McCarthy. The Ghanaian skipper. Mabundu. SL back to Siako. Managing to keep it alive, a combination of Hoka and Ntanda, and still they're going. And here's Ntanda, the goal scorer again, and he's got the bit between his teeth. And Samuel Ntanda scored one, of course, just 3 or 4 minutes ago. And then feeling his sights are in. But nowhere near the Ghanaian goal, and it stays as just the goal difference between these sides. Well, when the Congolese entered their qualifying campaign in the Central African zone, their coach said that they were a little overawed because of a lack of youth team football for many of them. Very few in the squad have played under 17 level. He said that they were expecting to find life difficult, and they lost their opener. As Ghana at the other end with a Poku. Well, that's the first really good sight of goal for the Ghanaians, but Joseph Opoku unable to put it on target. Mensah it was who played it inside to him. Ghana's number 12. Failing to find the target, but a promising opening. Found fairly simply by Mensah on the left-hand side. Sulemana. Going back to Guy Bokassa, he said it was his team were not used to the anthems. It was all a little bit loading them, an emotional load, he called it. And he said they just need to settle down, and they went on to win the competition, and they certainly don't look overawed at all. This is seen as a real opportunity for the Congolese to build for the future. They've won the Nations Cup at senior level. African champions in the late 60s and early 70s. And they've got a really good record in the African Nations Championship, or CHAN, as well, having also won that. But success at U-20. And he's surely not 5 yards, or well, the full 10 yards, I should say. But he's been allowed to play on. Well, if Ghana score from here, the Congolese bench will be very cross. Aziz, space on the right-hand side if Ado can find it. Nice through the legs. Here are Ghana. Into the middle it goes, and wide of goal it goes from Adjabeng. with the goal at his mercy. From the left-hand side and from the right-hand side in the last few minutes. Ghana have found some space. And the Congolese lead is living dangerously. Jebeng just struggling to get it out from under his feet. And instantly at the other end, Antwi with a really good tackle. Well-timed in the area. Let's not forget he's on a yellow card as well. Had to get that right, and he did. The man wearing number 4 for Ghana. Afori into SL. Driving play to the heart of the midfield from Marfo. Here he is again, Marfo. That's really well played from him. Mensah. Men at the back for Ghana, if they can find them. That's a stunning goal from the Ghanaians. Really expertly taken by Aziz. And the Congolese lead did not last for long. Good ball into the middle, and that was a super finish from Aziz. Not an easy chance by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying, keeping calm. Look at this, this is all about Marfo. He's clearly onside, Mensah, and then the ball in. And look at that, stuck a leg out on the volley, on the run. And the man with Dreams FC. Quite a dream finish inside the near post. Super delivery. And super strike as well, and Ghana are level. Congo, the Tanasi, restore DR Congo's lead. That's overhit. Lukombe. And it has been a lively start. A reminder, in case you're joining us late, that the first game in Group C played earlier today between the defending champions Senegal and Central African Republic ended in a 1-1 draw. A mini surprise sprung by CAR. And it's 1-1 in this second game as well. So at present, all teams in the group on 1 point and 1 goal. Well, that's a really dangerous challenge, and that's come in from the man who's already been booked. And Antwi could be in serious trouble here because he caught his opponent very late again. And I think Antwi knows that he could be in serious trouble, and he'll just be well advised to walk away when he's tried to. And this is either a final warning or this is a second yellow. I think it's a final warning from the look of the referee. It clearly is. He's allowed him to stay on the pitch, and he's a very lucky boy, Da Costa Antwi, because he did not learn his lesson from his first challenge when he flew in at speed. He took the player, and he's going to have to cut that out of his game. Certainly in this game. Ghana lucky to still be with 11 on the pitch. Addo. Marfo. Both sides just instantly looking to get it forward, and they're in again behind. That's good goalkeeping in the end for Masiako. He had to win that, had to get the connection, and had to get there first. And he did, just beating Ntanda to the ball. Well, there's little idea. Just one thought when they get it, which is just to get it as far forward as they can instantly. seen too many long balls from the Ghanaians, a few from the Congolese normally. Congolese normally just passing their way through. We've not seen too many long balls from the Ghanaians, a few from the Congolese normally just passing their way through. They were almost in again with almost an identical play. Marfo. They're just buying Ghana a bit of breathing space. Sal plays that in the United States of America as club football with North Texas in the lower leagues. Addo, one of those at home, a real mix of expatriate players, as it were, and home-based in both these sides. 6 homegrown in the Congolese side. 7 playing overseas in the Ghanaian side. Sulemana, he's one of those based in Denmark. Ghana's number 20. He just muscled off it. But it is a fascinating midfield battle. Both teams having shaded that vital area of the pitch in the opening half hour. Tander's come very deep, the goal scorer and skipper, Ahoka. One of those who is based in DR Congo. And that's not going to be kept in on the far side, cheaply given away by the Congolese backline, asking a lot of Daniel Shilanda, based in Belgium with Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. Congolese left back. He's had his hands full with Ajabang so far. SL. Addo into Marfo. He's based in Brazil, of all places. See Internacional, another heavy challenge coming in from the Ghanaians. That one perfectly clean. Mensah. Mukandila clearing his lines as Antwi just into SL. Now, there is a fair amount of pressing from these Congolese, and it'll be interesting to see how long they can keep it up. They had training camps in Morocco and Tunisia in the months leading up to the tournament. They lost those games, but their coach absolutely delighted with what it taught his players. Their long lack of youth experience needing to be sped up in the coach's mind. And this under-20 side and coach working very closely with the senior team managed by Sebastian De Sabre. Lots of communication between the two, according to Bukasa. Same methods in place, so they're not out of place when they join the senior team, he says. And if you're good enough, you're going to be stepping up. Huge incentive for these players with the Nations Cup at the end of the year. Ghana on the charge. And a really vital tackle at the back from Kalonji, stopping Ghana from finding a possible second, because the Black Satellites were in once again. And Opoku with his second chance of the game, but on this occasion unable to get a solid shot away. Addo patiently waits for openings to appear. Opoku. Marfo. Now to Antwi. SL forward. Bit of space here for Joseph Opoku. Under hits it. Ajabeng. Doubled up on him on this occasion. Clearly hitting the elbow of Matobo. As we see this break forward, he got the touch. Ntanda, it wasn't Ntanda, excuse me, he got the touch. Talassi. Vital bit of goalkeeping from Ghana's number one. Well, they trailed early on, Ghana, and now they're looking to take the lead inside. Still this first half, headed away. Hooked away. And still Ghana have it in a coming forward. Mensah. He wants to dribble all the way through. And Tanda, nice touch from him. Mukandila goes long. Matobo bustling, and he's won the corner. Good defensive play. Marfo steaming back in the Ghanaian midfield to make sure that the line v Matobo didn't get a clean strike. Look at that in the nick of time stuff from Marfo. One wayward pass aside has been impressive in the heart of that Ghanaian midfield. Well, they've had a couple of free kicks in the final third. The Congolese, this their first corner. Can they test the Ghana back line once again? And it's sailed over everybody. And Marfo just happy to let that roll out of play. Run back by the Congolese. Mukandila. Harassed and harried by Sulemana. And Twilon. The Congolese will have this back. I say that their first tournament was in 1989. At that time, the African under-20. On that occasion, Congolese beat Angola 4-3 on aggregate in the preliminary round. And having lost in the first leg, they beat Angola 3-1 in the second, and that is still today the only Congolese victory in the African Under-20 Cup of Nations. They were knocked out in the next round, of course, in 1989 by Nigeria. Side very used to success in this tournament, the record champions. And then in 2013, when the Congolese returned after nearly a quarter of a century away, they met Nigeria again, losing to them, also beaten by Mali. They held Gabon in their opening match. They're obviously wanting more this time around. Defending to do first. Sulemana whipping it in, flicked on, and kept alive by the Ghanaians. Header a goal, but always going backwards. Difficult, very, very difficult. Defending Dennis Marfo. Mabundu's ball in for Tanda's goal after 16 minutes. Really good quality on both the delivery and the header, and you can say exactly the same about the Ghana equaliser. Excellent ball in, and a superb finish as well by Aziz. Boku with the handball, the Belgian-based player. Tutu had that shaky minute or so midway through the half. No chance with the Ghanaian equaliser. Hoka. Bukandila. First time in. Sulemana. Lovely little bit of skill from him, but he's gone into trouble, I thought, but he's managed to wriggle and dance and jink his hips out of it. Confident stuff from Ghana's number 20. Hoka. Trying to see if the Congolese can profit down this left-hand side. Matobo, really tigerish player, Ibrahim Matobo. And to the byline he goes again. Well, we saw that earlier in the half and he couldn't deliver it. But he doesn't seem to know when to give up on chasing it. Dogged stuff on the Aigle du Congo, or Congo Eagles player. Marfo. Cross with himself. Nice play and nutmeg as well. And the only thing Antwi could do was foul him. And you can see that Toddy Talassi is suggesting a card for Antwi. Well, that wasn't as serious a foul as his second challenge. But arms around his opponent. He is living dangerously, as said. Well, Bundu swung it in from here for Ntanda's goal. He already floated one in from here that went over everybody's heads. It wasn't the worst delivery, but no one attacked it, so what can DRC do this time? Mabundu He's made one, looking to make a second. Handed away by Ghana. Matobo back into the middle. Ghana looking to break here. Mensah. Into Sulemana. Flag down for the moment, across goal. And anywhere will do, time in the back from the Congolese. Well, there's a hold-up in play because of an injury to Tutu. Sulemana in behind at the freedom of the new Suez Stadium. Tutu did well to come out and narrow the angle, so possibly making up Sulemana's mind for him to try and find Opoku. There's that a little stumble. Yeah, you can see he just slips the right foot of Sulemana. He loses his footing a bit, which is one of the reasons why he went so hard in on Tutu. He's just as animated, isn't he, when he's not charging things down, Ibrahim Matobo. There's Desmond Ofe. Was the assistant manager of Ghana's under-20s before stepping up to the #1 role in September 2023. Likes a 4-3-3 and a quick transition, passing wise through midfield. Sulemana, Mensah, Sulemana out wide. Just two Ghanaians in the middle if he could find the space, but he's crowded off it. Marfo. Antwi. SL. Bit of space for Afuri. On the corner by Aziz, and back in. The build-up was well put together. Across from the goal scorer. Anything but. With good movement from Aziz. Scored twice in qualifying. Once so far at this tournament. Well, normally opening the halves in a tournament for teams can be stultifying, cautious affairs, and both these sides have thrown off the shackles after a fairly quiet opening 10 minutes or so. And around the quarter-hour mark it changed. Tanda's goal sparking relentless attacks from each of these sides. Four minutes of additional time at the end of an entertaining opening period. Sulemana will do very well to keep that in. I'm suggesting he might have won a corner, and he has won a corner. The whole ball didn't go out. Mukandila very unhappy with the decision, but the drag back from Sulemana took it into the path. I looked at there that he had really overhit it, and look at that presence of mind. Mukandila opining that the whole ball had gone over the line. The officials differing with the Congolese right back. Sulemana swings it in, flicks it on, and it's going to be comfortable for Tutu. The effort from Aziz. Tanda. Kalonji. Mubundu. A little bit of his footwork and gets it back, Mubundu. Tanda. Lukombe. Just switching it from side to side. Shilanda now out onto the left flank. Matobo. Just needed to get it away a little earlier. Matobo just held on for it too long. And Ajabeng winning it back for Ghana. Ado tries to clear, but it's still at wing Congolese hands. Just a bustling run into the area. Half-hearted appeals for something more. Well, is Tony Talassi making a point, or is he seriously injured? Scored in the warm-up win over Tunisia a week ago. DR Congo winning that game 2-0 against the North Africans. And their fans are certainly enjoying themselves and what they've seen so far. So treatment needed for Talassi. And he wanted more than this, and he just clattered into the Ghanaian SL. A knock to the knee means that we'll go well beyond the 4 minutes of additional time at the end of this half. Well, a good little chat going on between Mukandila and Silamana. Well, no additional time was added on by the South African official, meaning that the first half has ended all square. It was the DR Congo captain, Samuel Ntanda, who broke the deadlock just after the quarter-hour mark, expertly heading home Messi Mubundu's fine ball. African champions, as said, taking on the defending and reigning champions, the last two winners of the competition, that game between Ghana and Senegal on Monday. Senegal in 2023, Ghana in 2021. Well, there was a lot of intensity from the Congolese play. They're making a change as well. Landry Soko coming on, and so too Noah Makanza. Lukombe coming off for the Congolese. Makanza, who plays his football in Belgium with Mechelen. Slot into midfield. And Soko immediately in the action. Early chance and a really good block as well. That was hit with some force by Adjabeng, didn't travel too far. Mafori kind of just about clearing their lines, but that wasn't the most fluid of stuff from the Black Satellites. What words of wisdom did Desmond Ofe have to offer a hard time? He wanted his team to start with good energy and always have high intensity in this game. Took them a while to get going in the first half, and that's a cheap corner conceded by SL, the 19-year-old. Taken early, Mabundu. Matobo, nicely worked. Mabundu, into the middle it goes, and a little bit of hesitation at the back from Asiako, who gathered it at the second attempt. Well, a lapped a bit of pace did the ball in from Mabundu. Marfo now has underhit it. And Tweet. Ado. Lovely sweeping ball out to the left-hand side from Ado, sets Ghana on the move. And on the attack to the byline, in it comes. A hacko, and then a hack into the sky. Nicely played from Matobo. He's going to get it back here, Matobo. Just runs into Afuri. Throw in Ghana. Marfo. Adjabeng with space to run into. Good tackle from Ahoka. Just at the base of that midfield, Jules Ahoka. Ado again. Seen a lot of the ball from his deep-lying midfield role. Mafori. Marfo trying to spin his way out of trouble. He manages to get away from Ntanda. And the free kick has gone Ghana's way. Aziz drawing the foul. Shilanda, the player adjudged to a draw down. Ghana's goal scorer. Sulemana will deliver this. Deep it goes. And it's headed behind Well, that was a Congolese head, in my opinion, and that should be a corner. And that is the decision of the officials as well. Talassi. I wouldn't exactly say feeling the force, but feeling the effects. Sulemana will go again, this time from the corner of the pitch. Outswinger from the Ghanaian. Well, that looked like a handball as it fell down onto him, but the referee is saying play on. Mafo. Space on the right-hand side if he could play it earlier. Instead, he's going to go left here. And there's space on the left-hand side as well. 2 men in the middle for Ghana, and straight at 2-2 in the Congolese goal. And he's been flagged for offside in any case over on that far side. Well, that's where the first goal came from. There's really not much in it. Tight decision. And here you can see the ball just came out of the sky. Talassi didn't get it right. He certainly did not mean to handle it. But it's undeniable with the ball. Obviously, he hit that part of his body. Ntanda beaten in the air by SL. Sulemana just touches it forward, and there's space here for Aziz to find his second, which he cannot do. Nor can he give Ghana the lead for the first time. Well, it was Route 1 stuff from the West Africans. Look at that header on from Sulemana, teeing up Aziz. 2-2 had stayed home. He got the shot away. Aziz Musibao failed to hit the target. He's really struggled for goals in the domestic Ghanaian league as Aziz. He had time to think about that one. Not so the opener. And it stays at 1-1. Matobo. So claiming contact of the Congolese and gets the throw in. As the Congolese coaching crew look on, he wanted his team to be positive from start to finish. Guy Bakassa, when he spoke before the game, and well ahead of the game, he said that the goal was not just to play these 3 group matches. We want to qualify for the quarterfinals, and if the Lord allows, aim for a spot in the World Cup. That's the aim for this Congolese side at only their 3rd ever African Under-20 tournament. Well, they've done well so far. Ado for Ghana, swings it out to the left-hand side. Mensah trying to skip away from Mabundu, but just forced back by the Congolese. As he's waiting in the middle, and they've won a corner. Mukandila we saw as more of an attacking force in the first period. He's being pegged back a little bit for now. The second yellow card of the game goes to a disbelieving Jules Ahoka. All explained to him, but it did little to assuage the scepticism in the Congolese midfielder's mind. Now levels it up as a booking apiece.
I spoke with you first half. Don't do the same thing. You're repeating the same thing now. Stop holding, stop pushing.
Clear instructions from Lukolo Badi of South Africa. Issue 2. Congolese defence, well, that's deep and high, but headed back into the area. Can they get a touch? Anywhere will do once again for the Congolese, who scramble it away for a throw as Ghana having a period of time in this final third. And sweet. And there's just a little bit of pushing. Backing in from Ghana. And so he's the latest here from the referee. When the action resumes on Saturday, tomorrow, they will be in Group A again. They've started the tournament 3 days early because of the 5 teams in Group A. 4 teams apiece in Groups B and C. And tomorrow is Tanzania against Sierra Leone, who put in that terrific display. And their second game went really stunning the host Egypt with a 4-1 win. And Egypt, who started off with victory over South Africa, taking on Zambia. Then on Sunday, Morocco and Nigeria, the 2 teams at the top of Group B, meet, but only after the earlier game in the day between Tunisia and Kenya, both of whom are looking for their first points. And then on Monday, it is the turn for these sides, and Senegal and CAR making up Group C, of course, to play their second game. Matobo. Well, that's deep, but might cause problems for Asiako, who had to keep his eye on it. It's certainly the Ghanaians who have created the more chances in this game. The Congolese hanging in there. Seldom has Asiako been called into action in the Ghanaian goal. It's a different fate at the other end of the pitch, and that looked pretty nasty. Ajabeng holding his head, and the substitute, Soko, protesting his innocence and pointing out that Ajabeng had his head down low. Either way, whatever the rights and wrongs, this would have been very uncomfortable for the Ghanaian right-sided player. Went bravely in. You can see the thoughts of Bukasa. He joined Real Sociedad's junior sides in 2024, did Andrews Ajabeng. Contracted with the club until next year. And onto the pitch comes a man that many Ghanaian fans would have wanted to see in action from the opening minutes. That's Jerry Afriye. He was the top scorer and best player in qualifying in the WAFU B Under-20 Championships last year, scored 5 goals. He was also a key man against Ghana in the African Games last year. Plays his football in Spain, in the 3rd tier with CD Lugo on loan from a side in Saudi Arabia. And he could well be the man who could start converting some of these chances into goals and possible points for the Ghanaians. Soko. And then there is Kheri. Composed start to his game. Instantly involved again, and Aziz has got a partner and might find a lot more ball coming his way. It is also worth pointing out, of course, that Kheri does have senior Black Stars caps to his name. But it's Matobo going forward for the Congolese, can't keep his shot down. And looks up in the sky in frustration, does Ibrahim Matobo. And they've not got in behind nearly enough from the Congolese point of view since their goal. Over the top it went. And then he did really well to pick up the second ball, drop of the shoulder. And just lifted his head a little too much, and you can see the Congolese bench what they thought of that. In a game where they've had seldom opportunities and openings. You've got to try to hit the target, of course. SL pumps it forward. 2-2. Alert to the threat posed by Kheri. Just 18 years of age, Kheri. A rapid rise he has had to his career. Aziz. Congolese winning it back. Matobo. Having a real battle. Nice little footwork there from Makanza. Ghana win it back. And Aziz. And he's caught a little bit later. The referee not interested in any foul play. Marfo, nice touch from him. Now Hoka. Sulemana. And Mensah sandwiching Mabundu in the middle of the park. Tanda. Sulemana, not an easy man to get past. On this occasion, unfairly so, and then, well, Mukandila suggesting there a little bit of afters from the Ghanaian. And this means the referee has the decision to make right in front of the assistant referee as well. Well, let's have a look. Mukandila brought down there, and then he tried to go again, tripped, and then what happened here? If anything, well, the camera's just cut away. Tanda clearly wanting more punishment for Sulemana than just a free kick awarded to his side. Mabundu again, can he pick out another Congolese head. Ntanda in there as well, but it's over him and punched away by Asiako. Matobo, nice skills from him, leaves his opponent Aziz on the floor. Cheers from the Congolese fans. He skipping past to Kheri. And Kheri, when he put a hand on the shoulder, Matobo thinks he was fouled. Kind of trying to play this out from the back. Aziz, Sulemana needs to let it go, but he didn't, and he allowed a Hocker to get a toe in. It was a promising move from Ghana, just held up a little bit too long in the middle by Sulemana. Sulemana again, he does crop up everywhere. Makanza, good feet work from him. Ntanda, how did he wriggle out of that? Makanza, this time he's clipped or brought down by Dennis Marfo. And Marfo is also going to go into the box, and good to see an apology from Marfo. On Makanza, sporting as well from the two. Very accepting of his yellow card. Marfo, players aren't always, to state the obvious. It's definitely getting physical in the middle of the park at times. Kilonji, good tackle coming in there. Sulemana, not for the first time, showing us his footwork. Trickery, and still he's battling. Hocker, when he just knew that challenge was coming. Looks a player who can cover a lot of ground. Jula Hocker. He was just mopping up, and then you can sense the challenge coming in from Aziz. Kalonji. Desmond Ofe said that the Congolese were direct before the game, and it's a fine example of it. Hocker. Talassi, and he rode the first challenge, but he wasn't allowed to get much further. It's not exactly gone his way today, but he's hit the line importantly. Clearly caught by Ado there. No complaints whatsoever from the Ghanaian bench. And for a man wearing the number 10. And who loves his left foot, Mabundu. Will be licking his lips at this, far enough to get it up and down, so therefore it's all about the power and the accuracy, of course, in it. Just takes a little knock off the wall. Took the sting out of the shot. Asiako, very comfortable for him. Talassi. They need to get men in the middle, the Congolese, because Talassi had been pulled away from there. Hocker again. Aziz playing it to no one. Into the final quarter we have gone, and still nothing to separate two teams Very different pedigrees in this tournament. Ghana with more African under-20 titles than the Congolese have appearances. Tutu. Long ball forward, Marfo. Now Kheri. He made a lively start, but then he's been a bit quiet since. Chance at goal from Sulemana, where you knew what he was trying to do, bend it inside the right-hand post. Never got it right. Tanda, but good scrapping from Mensah. And then Ahoko again. He's very composed. The number 6. And as if he has a lot of time on the ball, often a sign of a good player. We shall see, of course, as the tournament progresses. Talassi. And Tanda, who got the Congolese goal after 60 minutes. Matobo, bodies in the box for DRC. Soko into the middle, and Tanda, and he looked as though he was lining it up, thought better of it. And now it's Ghana's turn to be direct. Well, that's surely handball from Kheri. They're playing on for now, and you can see the arms up from Kalonji, saying that's surely hit the Ghanaian substitute's hand. Nonetheless, it's still a Ghanaian move. This time Ahoko is beaten, and Kalonji says we're not having that. And he's won the foul as well. Well, they were quite punchy challenges coming in from Kalonji. I think still a little bit irritated by the decision that didn't go his way, or his side's way. He was lucky to get the ball with his trailing foot here, Kalonji, because he went in with his right and he missed it, and then it hit his left, the one he was standing on. Mensah, you can understand why he feels a little disgruntled. Shisilanda, no nonsense clearance forward. Mbundu, Matobo, covered from his slip. Soko again, and Tanda. Matobo, just the one player in the middle for the Congolese. Matobo to the byline, caught, and that'll be a free kick. Kheri had enough of the marauding 19-year-old. No more changes from Guy Bukasa. Kevin Makoko, who I had expected to start in all truth, coming on. So too Meshak Shimanga. Makoko on the left of your screen, plays for Vita Club back home. So Mbundu, his race, his run. And Makoko will just replace him. Started well, but faded just a tad. And then Ntanda, the other player coming on as Shimanga. 19-year-old centre forward comes on in his place. Just under 20 minutes or so for one of these sides to find a winner that would give them supremacy in Group C after match day 1. And the group So Mabundu took a lot of the dead balls. Now it's falling into Matobo's right boot rather than the left foot of Mabundu. Matobo, deep delivery, punched away by Isiako. Still not clear. Ghana won't mind seeing it there. 2-2 forward. Hoka swings it forward, missed control, but still in. And their men at the back post if they can find them. Well, they couldn't find Matobo nor Talassi. It was Shimanga's first involvement. Don Bosco in DRC. Makanza, Hoka, Shimanga, good running, good movement from Makoko, who had just come on. Fresh legs as well, as Aziz looks to see if he can launch a platform for Ghana. And Frié, well, just went in too strongly on Makoko. One substitute on the other. He's just 18 years of age. And Frié with a pretty strong unit, and here he is again. Excellent play from Kalonji, who just stood firm. Makoko, he's ridden 1 and 2 and set DR Congo on the charge. Well, they couldn't do it, but instantly the influence of Kevin Makoko being felt in that central area for DRC. Well, he said before the game, Bukasa, as a coach, you play multiple roles: father, mother, big brother, sometimes even grandfather. But the most important thing is on the field, we are simply coach. And that is what he was doing there, issuing his instructions to a side, looking to pick up what would be an incredibly rare point. Just the one they've ever won in the group stages before, as said in their first appearance in the late 80s, was when the tournament was a cup knockout competition. The Congolese looking to add to the point they won against Gabon over 12 years ago. And after such a lengthy absence from the tournament, it would be a decent start. Hoka. Overplayed it, the Congolese. Poku, he's been so much quieter in this second period than he was in the first, but that's good play from him. And he tried to play it through to Afriye as well. It'll just be a corner no more for Ghana. With tenacious play from Joseph Opoku. Sinamana taking his time. Well, Ghana won their opening game in the last 3 tournaments. And they will obviously be keen to continue that streak here. So can they make the most of a rare corner? pushing and shoving, and the referee keeping his eyes open. Sulemana swings it in, and that just is headed harmlessly behind by Afriye. I did mention the fact he had played for Ghana, 2 caps to his name for the Black Stars, and 1 goal as well. Long again from the Congolese. Ahoka. Makoko. Short. And Sulemana does really well, not just to pick it up, but to skip away from the challenge as well. Afriye is in. Tutu's missed it. And it's just cleared away by Makanza. Oh, Tutu steamed out of his goal. But he got barely anything on the ball, and Ghana were in behind. And it looked like he had overhit it, Sulemana. But Afriye getting a vital touch, and then it came off the head of Shilanda. Afriye popped it back in, and the Congolese relieved just to see it out of play. Sulemana in swinger on this occasion, and still they struggle to get it clear. Well, they're 4 in the middle if Poku can get this in. He's still going, but he's not managed to do so. Makoko forward to Matobo. Nice turn from him, and then nicely played as well into Talassi. Shimanga just drops the shoulder and goes. Shimanga strike a goal. He just fizzes that over the Ghanaian goal. Well, that was direct and very dangerous from Meshak Shimanga. Now Ghana's turn to make a raft of substitutions. So Joseph Aidu coming off. Sorry, Aidu coming on, Adu going off. Maxwell as a Fokbeye defender, Aidu a midfielder, and Sulemana, well, he's impressed today, worked very hard. Abdul Hakim Sulemana and Aziz Issa, well, he'll be one to watch. Was sent on loan to Barcelona, one of their junior sides, for a season loan which expires at the end of June. Hasn't always got the game time he watched there then. Number 10 for Ghana, but certainly worth keeping an eye on him.
Substitution for Ghana. Player number 8, Ashmesh Agu, is replaced by player number 25, Joseph Agu. Substitution for Ghana.
Well, they've got 10 minutes to see if they can force the win. So Ghana won their opening game of the last 3 tournaments, and the last 2 tournaments they've contested in 2019 and 2021. Those are actually the only games that they've won, so just 2 wins in 6 group games. The competition for Ghana could be stretching to 2 and 7. For Verda Bongali, midfielder with TP Mazembe, the legendary Congolese side. 5-time African champions, record champions back home in DRC with 20 titles. And he replaces Tony Talassi. Mentor, another who had a Very good first half, but a bit quieter in the second. The man who set up Ghana's goal for Aziz Musibao. Now Hoka. In the corner he goes into Matobo, who's trying to wriggle on the wrong side of SL. And a combination of two Ghanaian defenders and the goalkeeper managed to stop him. A constant threat, Matobo. Likely by sheer bloody-mindedness and determination from the Congolese player. Scampers around. Hunts every ball. He's a player I imagine you'd want to have in your team. As we see Marfo going in on Makoko. And here he is, Matobo. And even then, look, he didn't give it up. Despite the fact that he's seen that Asiako had the ball in his hands. Loose. And time running out for either side. Into the final 5 minutes we go. Soko, Afori plays it forward, Afriye. Forward from him. As he's in the middle, if Mensah can get past Mukandila. Which he cannot, and Makoko pulled down once again. He seems to glide his way past the challengers. Matobo has gone central after Talasi left the pitch. And it'll be interesting to see how he deals with the long balls, given his lack of stature. You can rest assured he'll hunt them all down. But that was pretty dangerous to catch Antwi in the air. Dispossessed in midfield by this intense pressing from DR Congo. Under hit, SL tidies it up. Aziz Issa, the Barcelona boy. Soko, and that's a late challenge as well. And I wonder if that's going to be a yellow card as well. Joseph Aidu has been on the pitch for seconds. The Ghanaians pointing out some of the challenges that have come against them. This is eventually going to be shown to the substitute who plays his football in Romania, Zaidu. For his I did moment, clattering there into Makanza. He has joined Dennis Marfo and Acosta Antwi, who could easily have seen 2 yellow cards in the first half in the referee's notebook. Just a Hoka standing over the ball now for the Congolese to have seen yellow. Marfo can't control it. Now Hoka sweeps it out to the right-hand side.
Come on, boy. Ready down. Watch it. Up.
Now they want more. DRC that's a little behind Soko. Makanza. Kanza goes down under the challenge from Afori and wins the free kick. And DRC looking to snatch one late here. Fairly needless push from the Ghanaian skipper. They've chosen to try and build it up despite their long play from the back, and given an opportunity to knock it in from a promising dead ball, they've chosen not to, and now they are possibly facing the consequences. Afriye leading the counter for Ghana. Charging forward, the Ghanaians, three in the middle. Important header that from Kalonji. Rushing back at pace to clear Congolese lines. Kalonji with Celeste FC and DRC. Afriye has certainly been putting himself about a bit. Just for 3 minutes of additional time. Antwi into the middle, 2-2 with the punch. Afori. Issa. Looking for the little give and go. Aziz has had to play it out to Mafo. Issa. Dispossessed by Makoko. And he just needs to keep his eyes on this, as he does at 2-2. To keep it at 1-1. There's a bit of discomfort here from Matobo. Well, that looks like he's done something to his right shoulder. Antwi down for Ghana. I say right shoulder, I mean his left shoulder. I think, well, let's have a look. He jarred his elbow as he fell to the floor, even though he was knocked on his left. I imagine both shoulders may hurt the 19-year-old. Well, he said before the match that every game is an opportunity for his players to bring joy to the people of DR Congo. Troubled in the nation politically in recent months with the fighting in eastern DRC. Bukasa well aware that his side can bring joy for a country and a people going through difficult times, he said. They've only got a minute if they're going to do it today. And I imagine he'll be very happy with holding Ghana, champions just 4 years ago, to a draw if they can get over the line. They are not far away. And they, of course, have possession. Just happy to let the clock tick on before 2-2 just puts it straight into touch. The final moments of this opening encounter in Group C of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Both sides seemingly happy with a point. Let's see. Mafo. Well, he overran it. And then he won it back. And it's now or never for the Ghanaians. That's well played from Makoko until he gave it away, because he worked the opportunity to find the pass. And Hoka shows him how it's done. Makoko caught late, but advantage played on by the referee. Mandela. One of a couple of Congolese players on the floor. Well, no foul in the eyes of the official, who blows his referee to bring the game to a close. It has ended honours even between DR Congo and four-time champions Ghana. Neither side able to find the goal that